Tim, this has got everyone in the game of baseball talking. Is there more to the story?
Of course there is. I mean, think about it. It was supposed to be a year of player development for the New York Yankees. Not only did they not rebuild, they won 91 games and were one game away from going to the World Series. Right. A World Series you thought they were going to, and they fired Joe Girardi. So anything you hear about Joe Girardi not being a good manager, just being on, it's all malarkey, and it's just that two guys did not get along. It was Joe Girardi, it was Brian Cashman, and let's be honest here, Joe Girardi, in all of the mess that was the end of A-Rod in New York, kept them relevant, saved Cashman's job, and now it's turned around. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up hearing by the end of this, Sydney, that Joe Girardi kind of said, listen, if you don't want me around, just tell me. I got kids. I'm going to get a job like this. Derek Jeter's in Miami.
He's got a home in Miami.
Then
just, he's from South Florida.
If this is what it's going to be, this is what it's going to be. Let me read you the first line from ESPN's Andrew Marchand, who we had on the show, about this story.
And Andrew's pretty good at his job.
Although Joe Girardi was a good manager for the New York Yankees during his decade on the job, it was time to him to go, for his sake and to a lesser extent for the franchises. Really? That's where we're at?
10 years is a long time in baseball, right?
Correct.
I'm with you. Let me be clear on that. But that is a long time.
Yeah.
And we're going to hear, I think we're going to hear more of this, absolutely. This is far from done. I'll say this about Joe Girardi. Manager of the year with the Marlins in 2006. Mm-hmm. He spent 10 years with this organization. He won a World Series as a manager, 3 as a player, 1 as a manager. And we flashed the record up earlier. In the 10 years he was manager, 910 wins, 710 losses. Do you know what organization has a better record than that over those 10 years? Not one.
0.
Joe Girardi had the best 10-year stretch of any organization in Major League Baseball. 9-10, 7-10. Nearly got him to a World Series. He did win a World Series once, but it was time to go. And I just think this guy was really good at his job, and I don't think he's done. Whoever gets him is landing a fantastic manager who can deal with his players and deal with the media better than most guys I've seen, and they're going to be better off for it. You know what? It's for the best for him, and I hope I wish him nothing but the best. I'm a big fan of Joe Girardi.
Can I read another line? It used to be you just hired, like, I think the saying about Scotty Bowman is you hated him for 364 days a year, and on the 365th you picked up your ring. Yeah. Right? Like, you didn't need to have the manager to do all those things. He just needed to win. That's no longer the case. Here's another line from the story. With Girardi having no use for social media, the press, TV, and radio were his conduit to fans, and his lack of openness left him largely unpopular towards the end of his tenure. We care about this now? Is that where we're at? And I don't want to be the old guy, hey, get off my lawn. I've never been that guy. But just get my manager to win.
Yeah. To me, that's what it's about.
And if the players don't like him, okay. If they hate him, get him out.
That team was too young not to like him. They don't know why they wouldn't have liked him.
Well,
it's a young squad he had.
You might start hearing that. Always on the way out, you start hearing it, right?
Yeah, I think he's going to land on his feet if he wants to manage again. Who knows?